Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, Air Quality Index or AQI was launched by the central government in which of the following years? 2014, 2016, 2018 or 2020? The correct answer is option A, 2014. Recently, the overall air quality index of Delhi has significantly improved. AQI was launched by the central government in 2014 as part of the Swachh Bharat campaign. Therefore, option A is correct. It simplifies the common understanding of pollution. There are 6 categories of AQI, namely good 0 to 50, satisfactory 50 to 100, moderately polluted 100 to 200, poor 200 to 300, very poor 300 to 400 and severe 400 to 500. The AQI considers 8 pollutants PM10, PM2.5, NO2, SO2, CO, O3, NH3 and PB. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, in the context of India's G20 Presidency, the first Labour 20 or L20 meeting is scheduled to be held in which of the following states of India? Sikkim, Goa, Punjab or Uttar Pradesh? The correct answer is option C, Punjab. The first Labour 20 or L20 meeting will be held in Amritsar, Punjab from 19th to 20th March 2023. Therefore, option C is correct. L20 is one of the engagement groups under G20. It comprises leaders and representatives of trade union centers of G20 countries who provide analysis and policy recommendations aimed at addressing labor-related issues. Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh or BMS is the lead national trade union center organizing the L20 inception meeting under the India G20 Presidency. Apart from the meeting, the participants of the L20 meeting would be taken to various excursion sites to showcase the rich cultural heritage of Amritsar. Next question is, which of the following best describes the Cutlass Express 2023? International Maritime Exercise, Rapid Railway Transit System, Seminar to Prevent Viral Diseases or Initiative to Prevent Malnutrition? The correct answer is option A, International Maritime Exercise. INS Trikand is participating in the International Maritime Exercise Cutlass Express 2023 being held in the Gulf region from 26 February to 16 March 23. She will exercise with participants from over 50 nations and international maritime agencies. Therefore, option A is correct. IMX CE23 is one of the largest multinational maritime exercises in the world. While this is Indian Navy's maiden IMX participation, it also marks the second occasion where an Indian naval ship is participating in an exercise conducted by the CMF. Earlier in November 2022, INS Trikand had participated in the CMF-led Operation Sea Sword 2. The aim is of enhancing maritime security and keeping sea lanes in the region safe for maritime commerce. Next question is, with reference to Indian arts and culture, the term Parai, Attam or Thappattam is referred to folk music, folk dance, puppetry or painting. The correct answer is option B, folk dance. Parai Attam is one of the oldest folk dances of India and is mainly performed in the Indian states of Tamil Nadu. Therefore, option B is correct. Parai is a percussion instrument that is played using 2 wooden sticks, and it is the only instrument that is used throughout the performance. Since it is easy to carry, men folks perform acrobatic dance moves while playing the instrument. This dance is usually performed in festivals and rituals. Next question is, which of the following is not correct regarding the SWAMIH investment fund? It is a social impact fund specifically formed for completing stressed and stalled residential projects. The fund is sponsored by the Ministry of Finance. It has one of the smallest domestic real estate private equity teams, or it is focused only on funding and monitoring the completion of stressed housing projects. The correct answer is option C. It has one of the smallest domestic real estate private equity teams. The special window for affordable and mid-income houses or SWAMIH Investment Fund 1 has raised Rs 15,530 crores so far. The special window for affordable and mid-income housing or SWAMIH Investment Fund 1 is a social impact fund specifically formed for completing stressed and stalled residential projects. The fund is sponsored by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and is managed by SBI Cap Ventures Limited, a state bank group company. The fund's presence in a project often acts as a catalyst for better collections and sales, primarily in projects that were delayed for years. It has one of the largest domestic real estate private equity teams focused only on funding and monitoring the completion of stressed housing projects. Therefore, option C is correct. Next question is, recently the One Nation One Challan initiative was in the news. It is related to which of the following countries? Bhutan, Nepal, Maldives or India? The correct answer is option D, India. Gujarat is setting up virtual courts under the One Nation One Challan initiative. Therefore, option D is correct. One Nation One Challan is an initiative of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Its aim is to bring all related agencies such as the Traffic Police and the Regional Transport Office on one platform. It will enable the seamless collection of challans as well as data transfer. The integrated system involves the detection of traffic violations through the CCTV network and getting the registration number of the erring vehicle. It will take the help of the applications like Vahan, detecting the vehicle's ownership details, and Sarathi, compilation of driving licenses. And each challan is then generated with the relevant penalty amount and sent to the mobile number linked with the vehicle. Next question is, the Baudonia campaniacensis, which is related to whiskey, is a or an fungus, virus, bacteria or protozoa? The correct answer is option A, fungus. Recently, the whiskey fungus was in the news in the USA. When whiskey or any spirit is kept inside a cask for maturing, a small amount of it evaporates into the atmosphere through the wood. Up to 2% of the alcohol leaves the cask this way every year. Whiskey fungus or Baudonia campaniacensis thrives on ethanol vapors and tends to cover nearby surfaces with a black, sooty crust that is hard to remove. It feeds on these alcoholic vapors and is velvety or crust-like. It can reach 1 or 2 centimeters in thickness. The fungus tends to spread to nearby surfaces, blanketing almost everything that comes in its way. Baudonia campaniacensis uses ethanolic vapor to initiate germination and to express proteins in the fungus that allow the fungus to tolerate high temperatures. Researchers haven't found any instances of health risk from short or long-term exposure to the whiskey fungus yet. Therefore, option A is correct. Next question is, in the context of the Environment and Ecology, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, that is CITES, was in the news. Its secretariat is administered by UN Development Programme, UN Environment Programme, World Bank or Conservation International. The correct answer is option B, United Nations Environment Programme. March 3 is known as World Wildlife Day, marked annually to draw attention to issues of conservation of flora and fauna. In 2013, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed March 3 as the United Nations World Wildlife Day. This was as the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora or CITES was signed in 1973 on this day. CITES is an international agreement between governments. Its aim is to ensure that trade in specimens of wild animals and plants does not threaten the survival of the species. Currently, there are 184 parties to the convention, including India. The CITES Secretariat is administered by UNEP or the United Nations Environment Programme and is located in Geneva, Switzerland. Therefore, option B is correct. The Conference of the Parties to CITES is the supreme consensus-based decision-making body of the convention and comprises all its parties. Next question is, with reference to water harvesting in India, the campaign named Catch the Rain 2023 is vital. The theme of this year's campaign will be Every Raindrop Matters, Rainwater is a Sustainable Solution, Source Sustainability for Drinking Water, or Rainwater Harvesting is a Hope for the Future. The correct answer is option C, Source Sustainability for Drinking Water. Recently, the President of India has launched the Catch the Rain 2023 as part of efforts to turn the conservation of water into a mass campaign in the run-up to the monsoon season. The theme of this year's campaign will be Source Sustainability for Drinking Water. Therefore, option C is correct. Recognizing the roles of women in water conservation and sanitation, the President conferred the Swachh Sujal Shakti Samman 2023 under various categories of the Swachh Bharat Mission, Grameen Jal Jeevan Mission and National Water Mission. The awards were given to acknowledge the leadership and contribution of women at the grassroots level in the journey toward the making of the Swachh Sujal Bharat. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Yuva Utsav. 1. The Yuva Utsav programs in the first phase are being hosted by schools and colleges of the districts. 2. It is organized by the Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are not correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. The Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports launched Yuva Utsav across the nation from IIT Ropar, Punjab recently. The Yuva Utsav programs in the first phase are being hosted by schools and colleges of the districts. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, through its premier youth organization Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan or NYKS, is organizing the Yuva Utsav in India at the rate 2047 program in all districts across the country. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option D is correct. This pan-India celebration of Yuva Shakti follows a 3-tier format beginning with a one-day district-level Yuva Utsav to be held from March to June 2023. Across the 3 levels, young artists, writers, photographers and orators will compete, and traditional artists will showcase the rich cultural heritage of the country. Last question is, with reference to Indian security, the National Investigation Agency was constituted in 2006, 2007, 2008 or 2009. The correct answer is option D, 2009. The National Investigation Agency was in news recently. The NIA was constituted in 2009 under the provisions of the National Investigation Agency Act 2008. Therefore, option D is correct. It is the central counter-terrorism law enforcement agency in the country. The NIA was established in the backdrop of the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, popularly known as the 26/11 incident. This national horror led to the realization of the need of a separate federal agency to deal with terror-related crimes in the country. The headquarters of the NIA is in New Delhi. It is headed by a Director General. He is appointed by a central government. It works under the administrative control of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Now it's time for the practice question. Which of the following best reflects the role of the research called organoid intelligence? Creation of nanosatellites, gene editing, curbing marine pollution, or biocomputers? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.